Welcome back. It is Wednesday, February 13th, and today was a very complicated, involved day because I had to drive around and I had to go to Ford. I had to do all this different stuff for my car because of the issues. I took Tia to work, drove her car home. Then I went to meet her for lunch, and then I drove home. And then I went to pick her up, and then I drove home. So it was a lot of driving back and forth to Tia's office today. So, with that said, let me give you the details. So I drove her to work in the morning. I dropped her off about 7:30, 7:45-ish, and then I drove home. I was waiting for UPS to get here because of the issues from yesterday, and they surprisingly actually showed up about 10:30-ish. I can't remember the exact time, but it was about 10:30. So I just sat around organizing CDs. All these were going to sell, so I've been organizing them and making sure I have them on my computer. And that big old pile on the floor down there, that's more CDs. All CDs. So I'm making sure I have all the cases and all of the inserts and everything to match up so that when we sell them, I can be like, hey, here's all the country songs and here's all the soundtracks. And so when I finally got the stuff in the mail today, luckily, not only did I get the OBD2 reader, I also got Tia's little straw cleaners that she wanted to get because her straws are gross because she uses straws all the time, like the little fancy ones you can't replace. I also got the Michael K. Waves of Disney shirts that they actually came a day earlier than they said that they would be here. I don't remember when I ordered them. But anyway, they were supposed to be here tomorrow, Thursday, but they actually came today with the other stuff that I'd ordered. So luckily, because the UPS came early, we got everything early. The sweatshirt fit like a child's shirt. It was so little. I ordered a large. It was so little. The Winthrop sweatshirt that Tia has, the maroon colored one, not the black one, that's a medium. And that thing is basically skin tight on me. So I got the large thinking, hey, if I get the large, it should be good. So I got the large. That large was smaller than that Winthrop medium was. So, yeah. And later on that night, earlier today, I said, Tia, do you want me to return it? Or do you want to keep that one and I'll just get a different one? And she was just like, no, I'll keep it unless you can return it for free. So I checked and I returned it for free. And actually, I'm just switching it out so I don't have to return it, get my money back, and then pay again. So they're just exchanging it out for a larger size. So I'm getting the same color, but in an extra large, which hopefully means will fit like a large. And I also ordered another shirt for me, or her, whatever, and a sweatshirt for her. She got the blue one that's the same color as the shirt. So, but anyway, all that stuff came in the mail today, and I went out and I checked the meter. It was actually really neat, connected with the Wi-Fi. It was pretty cool. And the little wrench didn't come on today. It was weird. But I think it's because I actually let the car warm up yesterday or Monday, whenever it was when I tried to drive. I tried to drive so fast that I think it just went. Oh, I guess it was Tuesday. But I turned the car on, immediately stuck it in reverse and went. And I think that's when because it was still cold, and it went to the wrench and then went to the check engine and started jumping. But today I sat in the car for about 10 minutes while I was playing with that thing and letting the car warm up, and I think that actually kind of warmed things up some, and so it never did it. Once I checked the codes, I hit the clear button, and I could never get them to come back on again. I drove kind of up and down the street over here, and they just never came back on. Never got any jumping, no rough idling or anything, and it was kind of frustrating. I mean, I'm happy, but I read online that basically the way that code, that little wrench thing works, is that once it comes on, it sends a signal to put your car into low power mode to protect it. And that's why it jumps, because it's low power. It's like it cuts half the cylinders off. So I don't really understand it, but it's basically what it's doing. And so whenever I let the car warm up today, it didn't do it. Anyway, I kind of just cut my losses with that. I pulled the code I needed to pull, and it was P2119, which basically means it was indeed the throttle control device that I showed the picture of yesterday. That's good and that's bad. I'll explain why in a little while. Let's see. I basically kind of worked on the computer, trying to get answers to all of that until I left to meet Tia. I think I left the house about 12:15. Is it 12:15? I don't know. You know what? There's an easy way to look at this. I can just see what time I texted her when I got to her office. Let's see here. Katia. Are you leaving soon? 12 o'clock. I said at, I think that was, okay, 12:40. I got there at 12:40. So that means I left the house about 12:15, I guess. And so anyway, we went to Chick-fil-A at the mall for lunch, and then after we ate lunch, we went downstairs and just kind of walked around at Bath and Body Works because she had a ton of coupons, and I think she only ended up spending like $9 total. So that was nice, even though she got like a whole bag of stuff. Lots of free stuff, lots of cheaper stuff, and discount coupons. So, after I dropped her back off, I drove directly to Ford on 153, and I asked, here's where it gets fun. I handed them the sheet that basically had the recall extended warranty for that piece, and I said, this is the problem I'm having. How do I take advantage of this? And it was like EN03 something or other. Yeah, what was it called? Do I have it up here? The 13N03 recall / extended warranty on the throttle control device. The guy basically told me that I need to get the car there. I'm responsible for paying for the towing, and that's not reimbursable, so that kind of sucks. Then it will be $120 for them to run the diagnostic on the car. $120. Now, if that is indeed the problem, the thing that's under warranty, I'm pointing there because I have it up on my monitor over there. If that's indeed what the problem is, then I don't have to pay anything. They're just going to fix it, switch it out, and be done with it. But if that's not what the problem actually is, then the $120 will go towards the repairs if I choose to get the repairs done there. So it's like a catch-22 where I pay the $120. Well, I guess it's not like catch-22. It kind of is, but it's not. Either way. So I'm like, so you can't just sell me the part? No, we can't just sell you the part. You can't just give me the part? Well, we don't know if that's what it actually is. But I'm showing you the code right here. This is the code I got, and that's what that code means. Well, we have to set it up with our machine and our equipment, because those won't read all the codes. So I was like, okay, I need to think about this because first I got to get it over there. So I got back in my car and I tried to. I called AAA to ask them about the towing, and actually I get 3 miles for free, and then it's $4 each additional mile. But I called my insurance company, and he said that I probably would get it for free, the towing for free, and even if I didn't, they would reimburse me since the car's not drivable, and it's basically a roadside hazard, or roadside assistance that I actually have as part of my insurance, which I did not know, by the way. And so then I went home and I started taking the device off. Because it's not that hard to get it off. And the nice thing is once I got it off, and I was then able to change my air filter that I've been trying to figure out how I was going to change for the longest time. So it's been sitting in the garage since I bought it last time I changed my oil was like back in December, I think. And I can never figure out how to get to the air filter because there's all this stuff on top of it. And so I took the thing off, and this is what we got. This is what it looks like. Now this is from the angle of, or the view of when the air goes in. It goes in that hole right there. And you can see how clean it is because there's no gas or oil or anything on that side. No carbon buildup on that side. And I was thinking, oh crap. That means it actually is going to be faulty because that's perfectly clean. But then I pulled the thing off and I was able to look at the other side. Here's the other side. All that grossness right there. And it's sticky and it's gross, and the error code basically said that it was sticking shut. So I'm going to get some throttle body cleaner. They said don't use carburetor cleaner because it's too harsh for this mechanical stuff or this metal or whatever it is. So I ordered some throttle body cleaner, throttle control device cleaner, which was recommended by a Ford technician, not the one that I went to, but one that I found on YouTube that just does Ford. And hopefully it will make this look like this. So the rest of the device looks really good. I mean you can see how shiny it is. Like all of this is clean. It looks brand new. If that ends up not working, I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't, because it really was sticky. This area right here was very sticky. I mean, I put my fingers on it and like my fingers went like this. So hopefully once I clean that off, which I'm not going to be able to do tomorrow, it'll have to be Friday because that's when I'm going to get the cleaner in the mail. I tried to find it somewhere else and I couldn't find the stuff anywhere. But I got the one that the guy recommended on the video. He said that's the one he always uses. I'm going to go with that because he is a Ford technician. Hopefully he would know better. So that's where I'm at. This is sitting in my garage. My car is, the engine compartment's a jumbled mess where I had to take that out. So it's just sitting there waiting. But when I got home, or after I finished doing this, I basically sat and organized the CDs on the floor over there until it was time to pick up Tia. I need to check my clocks because I don't think they're 100% right, at least not the one back here. I think that's an hour off because I got one up here. It's a fun little Doctor Who clock that Tia got me, and it looks like it's about an hour ahead. So I'm gonna have to fix that. Fix that first. So I wasn't looking at the time. I was thinking I actually had an hour. I only had not an hour. So I was finishing up what I was doing on the floor, and then I went to go get Tia. It wasn't until 5:10. She had to leave work at 5:35, 5:40. So 5:10, and it was rush hour. And I had to get there so that she could get to the Kroc Center so she could teach her class at 6:30, and she accounts for rush hour to get there. And it did take a while to get there once I finally got to Tia. So I have the keg, my kegerator, that I turned into a carbonated water orator, and it's like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. It's my carbonated waterinator. Tia would laugh at that because she thinks I'm a dork. Anyway, so I got a big old cup full of that stuff, and by the time I got to Tia's office, man, I had to pee. But then I had to wait in the car because she wasn't ready. I think she was changing her clothes. So I waited for like another 10 minutes out in that car. Then we start to go, and it took us like 20 minutes to get to the Kroc Center. I mean, I was about to pop at that point. Holy crap. All right. Carbonated water just makes me have to pee, I guess. I don't know. But while I was there, she taught her class. She had strung by Zumba, and I'm sitting outside talking to Desiree. I brought my computer. Never quite got to that because Desiree talks a lot. And so we just sat and talked and gave her my life story. And then afterwards, oh, no, not afterwards. The other day, Tia sent me a thing for Chick-fil-A about a Valentine's, it's like a Valentine's Day nugget tray. Let me see here. Valentine's Day nugget tray. See if I can get this to pull up. And it's like 30 nuggets in the shape of a heart. And it's only like $13, which is pretty darn good. Why is this not? There we go. Okay. I'm going to open this picture up here. Think outside the chocolate. Open with... Actually, I can just do this. Boop, boop. Be-doo. And thumbnails. We're going to put this over here. And... so we got this. It's got 30 nuggets in it. And it's... well, that's a different price. This must be from a different year. It's like $13. Which is practically nothing because you get, 8 nuggets for $6 if you buy it at the store. So that's not bad at all. So I ordered that. I actually went on their Facebook page and I was like, "Are you still doing this? Can I still order these?" And the person said, "Yeah, but you have to come in or call us as opposed to just doing it online, I guess." So I did, and we're gonna pick them up tomorrow. So when she got done with Zumba class, I was just like, "Oh, just FYI, we're eating Chick-fil-A nuggets tomorrow for dinner. 30 of them." And anyway, so after she finished class, me and her and one of her students and Jill all stood around talking, and then the guy left, and then we just sat and talked with Jill about Disney annual passes. So we taught Jill something she didn't know, that the picture thing, the memory maker, is included with getting an annual pass. After class, we drove home. We were going to go to the store and get some food for tomorrow, but she was just like, I just want to go home. And then we decided that we were just going to do tomorrow, what we did today, with the whole me driving her to work, driving home, driving to lunch, driving home, driving back to her office, and getting her and going to the Kroc Center so she could do her Zumba class. I'm tired just thinking about it. So we came home, and we watched some Michael K videos, and then we ate some small food. She ate the leftover Chick-fil-A sandwich she had today. Basically, they gave her one. It was dry and gross, and I mean, it wasn't gross, but it was dry and it was a little overcooked. So they just gave me another one, and they were like, just keep that one. And so that's what she ate for dinner, and I ate some chips. So, and then shared, we split in half the last of the Klondike bars for dessert. So we each had half, which was actually a good amount. I mean, you should really only eat about that much anyway. Then she went to bed, and I'm sitting in the office, and it is 12:51 right now in the morning. And then I think I'm going to go back down there and try to organize the rest of these CDs and finish this little spindle right here. Actually, that spindle is what's done. This is what I still need to make sure I have right. So that's about it. That's 20 minutes worth of me blabbing on. So hopefully tomorrow will be a lot shorter. It might not be, since I have to go there and back and there and back and there and back and there and back. But I'm not really going to be able to do that much tomorrow because I won't have the tools with which to do it, because I need to wait for that canister of throttle control cleaner to come in. So until then,